EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for April 30th, 2020. For the final day of this month, we will be ending it on a wet note with a frontal boundary moving through, and there'll be some heavy rain moving along this frontal boundary in association with it. And we'll also have some high wind gusts to deal with, especially when we are under the bands of heavy rain. The rain today, we have a map out for. We also have a map out for the winds on the weather alerts page. You can take a look at that. That is on actually on our Facebook page as well. We have the maps, the link to the weather alerts listed on our Facebook page as well. To take a look at that on our website. So we have a breakdown of that, timing, impacts, that kind of thing. I'm going to go over those briefly in the video. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the synoptics of this because we did that in our last couple of videos that went quite long. So this is going to move eastward, but very slowly. So this is looking at this morning. Heavier rain out in west central Pennsylvania, and as this moves eastward, it's really not going to, this is in 3-hour increments, and it's not really moving that quickly. But as it does so, you're going to get some heavy rain and heavy rain training over the same areas. So we're going to get some higher rainfall amounts as a result of that. And areas of elevation we actually keyed on up in the Poconos, parts of the Poconos and north central Pennsylvania that could actually get even more than the surrounding areas just because of some orographic lift ongoing here, which is a southeasterly wind component pressing up against those the lee side of those mountains and squeezing out some extra moisture. So as this frontal boundary moves eastward, you're going to have an area low pressure is going to develop along it. That's going to help to enhance this as well. And you have a parallel aligned low-level jet aligned with this frontal boundary here that's going to get the winds kicking up here even before the heavy rain gets in here. But when heavy rain is occurring, it's going to enhance that a little bit, and a little bit stronger winds will be brought down to the surface as a result of that. And this will go all the way through the evening, and finally, around midnight or maybe just after, it clears the coast of New Jersey, and it's on its way. So here's a look at the mesoscale models for the morning. Again, in advance of this, you'll have a few spotty showers and drizzle, and it will be windy at the same time. And I want to show you something here. We're going to go over a wind chart here, but notice where the heavier rain is here out in central Pennsylvania. Let me go over to the other image here. This is the wind at the same time, same exact time. You'll notice a lot of 40-mile-per-hour gusts here. These are top gusts, so you get some wind gusts that are 30 to 40 miles per hour ahead of any heavy rain. But look where the heavy rain is on that previous image. It's out here, okay? So with that heavy rain, you have some higher wind gusts involved with that. And that's going to be the trend today, where you have the heavier rain, you have the potential to tap into some of those stronger winds aloft and bring those down to the surface. So 30 to 40 miles per hour becomes 40 to 50 miles per hour. And that is indicated on our wind map that we have out on the weather alerts as well. So as we move go back to the rain and move this eastward, you're going to see this heavy rain move eastward again very slowly and almost a north-south orientation here. So you're going to have heavy rain, and then training over the same areas that are going to lead to that heavy rainfall. And this is finally going to pull away as we get into just maybe midnight or just after midnight. It'll leave the coast and we'll be out of the picture. At least the heavy stuff will be. And at the same time, we have these wind gusts that are going to be continuing to increase as they move forward, as the low-level jet aligns with the frontal boundary. You see a lot of these oranges showing up here. Those are some gusts that are getting to 50, maybe even slightly over 50. Okay, so and the highest chance for that, for the strongest winds, are going to be further south, but it's pretty much everywhere with that heavy rain as it moves through. They do get some gusts here that could even exceed 50 miles per hour in some isolated cases, but generally 40 to 50 with the heavier rain. And outside of heavier rain, you can still get 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts this morning ahead of this. And this goes through the evening, but as soon as it moves through, the winds die down to almost a dead calm. Okay, so it's only going to be when, in association with that system, and when the rain ends, the heavy rain ends, then winds will die down behind it, and it's much more manageable behind this system here. Okay, so let's go back to this. Now, the same low pressure I told you was forming along that boundary is going to kind of sit out here and meet up with another low that was up in Ontario. They kind of split into two here, but it's going to reform. There could be a few showers that are going to move along that. Okay, and you see those showers over the eastern parts of the state here, and this is going to go through the evening. Now, this is a little bit more impressive on the global model than what is shown on some of the shorter range guidance. As a matter of fact, here is the NAM for Friday. Let me get that image. Here's a look at Friday morning. Nothing really going on. In the afternoon, it just has a few showers, isolated showers on the NAM here. It's not really that thrilled with the idea with precipitation Friday. So Friday might not be as bad if this is correct. And the NAM has been showing this the last couple of runs that it does not really thrilled with the idea of washout type rainfall here on on Friday, and even some breaks of sun. I don't have that image, but just trust me, there's some breaks of sun on the visible satellite projection for this time too. Some breaks of sun on Friday, so that would be a change if that is the case, because the global models are not suggesting that. They're suggesting a little bit more in the way of rainfall here for Friday, but it's been trending in the direction of less, so we'll see how that works out. Either way, as this system moves away, we're going to have a nice weekend, at least to start. We're going to have a nice partly cloudy day here on Saturday with temperatures well into the 60s, mid to upper 60s for highs. And then we're getting to Sunday, and Sunday we're starting off partly cloudy, then an increase in clouds late in the day with a frontal boundary moving toward the region, just probably holding off for most areas except for parts of northeast PA. But looks like overnight you have some showers or periods of rain moving through that'll go into very early Monday morning. We're hopeful that this holds off until the overnight, but it's kind of close with how fast it gets in here. So we're at least going to have an increase in clouds, but it's going to be much warmer ahead of this boundary. And temperatures are going to get above 70 in some locations here on Sunday. Remaining mild here on Monday as this system pulls away, any early clouds giving way to sun. And then we're going to turn cooler a little bit on Tuesday with temperatures back down into around 60, 62-ish for highs. And it looks like it's going to be a partly cloudy day here on Tuesday. We'll have to watch another midweek system here. It's uncertain if this gets us or not. Some models have it further south and missing most of the area. Other models are have it bringing it further north. But either way, it's going to be, if it does get turned into a system that brings us rain, it's probably going to be a day that you're stuck in the upper 50s to near 60s for highs. If it misses, somewhere around 60, 62 for a high. So we'll see how that works out when we get to progress through the 7-day period and get a little bit closer to that time frame. But again, check out the weather alerts page for the latest map projections for rain today and wind, which will both be an issue as this front slowly moves through the region this afternoon and evening. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for April 30th, 2020. Have a great Thursday.